Aloha mai kako. Aloha. Yeah, mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. It's good to see you all. Elaine, thank you for having us back. It's wonderful to be here as always, to start the energy conference with some energy, I hope. And that's always with aloha. You know, one of the things we talked about was that, how did we get here? Equally important, where are we going? And so the conversation was really about, well, let's look at what we've done and how has it influenced where we are and where we're going to go. And so the title for this particular opening is From Root to Fruit. What do we plant for others to benefit from in the future? And our idea is just to take a few minutes to look back and reflect forward. And so in these next few minutes, I wanted to do that. But before getting into the meat of it, I wanted to mahalo Kumu Frank Kawai Kapu Kalani Hewitt for the oli that he shared with us and with me. Because in those words that I shared with you, it talks about the ha, the vai, and the e, that place where this renewable energy source comes from. And so as we talk about technology, energy, practices, policies, financing, and all those things, we felt it was important to acknowledge the source of that resource. And so we mahalo those words because it talks about the air, the water, and the spirit of aloha in this place, but it also talks about the heavens, the aina, the land, what is up, what is up, what is down, what is down. And that when we work all together, we all live well together, especially in this island community we call Hawaii. And so as we look back to look forward, I reminisce that nearly 10 years ago, back in April, another small group of individuals gathered on the west part of the island for what was called the Blue Planet Summit. And similarly, we wanted to make sure that we acknowledge the place they were in, but also the knowledge, the wisdom of our kupuna, our elders, wherever we are in these places. And so we may be visiting some of that again as we begin our journey for the next couple of days by acknowledging, one, that there is low tech and then there is high tech. For those of you that were here last year, you recall that we were here right after Hokulea returned. And the canoe was parked over at the convention center. And what we acknowledged was that using the practices, the wisdom, the Ige of our ancestors, this little thing, this ship, had traveled 40,000 plus miles around the world using the practices of our ancestors. And in reflecting and bringing that forward, we ask ourselves, what else? What else is it that this place can inform and inspire us to consider and think about as we venture this next voyage, this next part of the voyage in the next few days, Verge Hawaii 2018. Now, Elaine asked me to once again see if there's some way we can create an energy among us before we start. Fill up the gas tank, if you would, or plug in the plug, right? We want to kind of move away from the gas stuff. So one of the values and concepts, last year we talked about all of us being in the same canoe. This year, the value statement I'd like to offer and consider for thought and contemplation is this notion of lokahi and laulima. Say that with me, lokahi. Mahalo, laulima. Yeah, lokahi, most of us know as this notion of unity, oneness, working together. Kahi is one, alo as in aloha, to be in the presence, to be in the face, to honor the space in front of us. That is lokahi. But we work together, understanding that we agree to disagree, but not necessarily be disagreeable. We have to come together hand in hand, laulima, like our kupuna, the hukilau, everyone's hands on the lau, pulling the net, huki, so that everyone could eat. Now, interesting about that concept is if you don't show up, you don't eat. It's not us not feeding you. If you're sick or disabled, we'll take care of you. You're part of the community, your family. But if you don't show up, you're deciding not to eat. The intention there is that we work together as community. We don't throw people off the island like they do on ABC. You can jump, but we won't throw you. The object was laulima, lokahi means coming together. Because when we're working together, hand in hand, it's very difficult to fight with the guy next to you. And so, to Lokahi and Laulima, we ask that each of us consider the idea, how do we share our talents, our expertise, our wisdom and knowledge with those around us so that all of us together in this canoe can move forward. So let's do this little exercise. First of all, if you have one of those things called a cell phone, could you hold it up, please? Just pull it out. First of all, I'm going to ask you to put it on stun. Or whatever it is. Yeah, stun. Thanks, Hank. I appreciate that. Yeah. But more importantly, consider this. Looking back to reflect future. When that thing is off and you look into it, what's the first thing you see? You. That's the iPhone, I guess, right? But you're looking into the future, which is you. At the same time, what I'm suggesting is, here is this technology that we all hold in our hands. More technology that I'm told than was on those first spacecrafts that went to the moon. But interesting enough, even with all that technology, we are actually utilizing the practices of our kupuna and our elders. Think about it. Every time you turn it on and you start looking for something, it's called hunting and gathering. Hunting and gathering. So we look, we hunt, we find, then we save it. And then we pass it on to something. We go around gathering all this information, but we have to hunt. And we spend a lot of the time in this newest technology using our ancestral practices to get us into the future. Hunting and gathering. So yes, we've come a long way, but there's still many things that are within us, within this place, that can provide us with guidance. So let's do this. At your tables, if you can stand, go ahead and stand. Right? It's tough after lunch. This is to kind of get the body moving. I'm going to ask everyone just to hold hands if you can. He doesn't have to close the circle. And if you can do left hand up, palm up, right hand, palm down. Go ahead and hold hands. This is how the mana flows. Okay? Got it? Maikai. Everyone say, Lokahi. Laulima. Lokahi. Laulima. See, unity, working together, hand in hand. Now, to demonstrate how this works, without letting go of the hand next to you, choke the guy in front of you. Can't do it. You can't do it. All right? Laulima, Lokahi. Let's work together to move the dial into the future. But let's not forget where we come from. All right? Left hand up. Everyone say ma. Right hand up. Say na. Put it together. What do we got? Mana. So let's create some mana. Ready? One clap. Pa'i. Two claps. Pa'i, pa'i. Three claps. Pa'i, pa'i, pa'i. And continue. Go. Oh, thank you. Have a great time. Anyway.